Hello, young people all around the world. Welcome back to Inspire Youth Show. My name is HRH. Yes, the International Youth Day, the 12th of August, every year. This year, the theme for International Youth Day is Safe Spaces for Youth. And on the show today, I have a young person who is trying to step into that safe space of decision-making processes, trying to step into the place of leadership and power. I have a gubernatorial aspirant running for the governor of Plateau State on the show. He's a friend, he's a brother. Let's have a discussion on Inspire Youth Show with Alexander Bitrus Ladan. Mr. Alex Ladan, welcome to Inspire Youth Show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing this with us. All right, what is your inspiration to run for the governor of Plateau State?
Well, obviously things are wrong. I just feel this sense of responsibility, and hence the inspiration. We have been made to believe that the world starts and ends with our environment.
Yes.
Anytime you are exposed to a system that works, if you have a passion, it will just stir it up. And I remember I had an encounter, a system that works, a working system for the first time in my life. And that really drove me crazy. And I thought we could be better than where we are. So we began to engage ourselves in discussions as to how to get out of this situation. And it landed us where we are today.
Very interestingly, you stated that you encountered a system that works.
Yeah.
Could you share? Because I'm sure the young people watching this, especially Nigerians, may never have seen a working system. What system was it that you encountered that works for you and is inspiring you to run for the governor?
Well, interestingly, I'm not the only Nigerian that has encountered a working system.
Okay.
Those that have been to developed climes, can attest to the fact that things work. We have people who go on studies, some vacations, and they don't get to come back because of the systems. I traveled to Israel, and it was my first encounter. Everything works.
Wow.
And I didn't just throw that away. I had to take the challenge. And I think for me, that's just it. That's the beginning of it.
How long did you spend in Israel? This is really interesting.
I spent, 11 days.
Only 11 days?
Yeah.
An 11-day experience was what made you see a system that works and is inspiring you to run for governor?
Absolutely.
Do you think we can achieve that in Nigeria?
No doubt. We have all it takes, the human capital, the resources. Interestingly, as a matter of fact, I engaged someone there in a conversation, and he said, if they had half of what Nigeria has, they will be out of this world. Just half of what we have. Now, the issue is that we are no doubt a blessed country by every standard. Human capital, natural resources, you name it. So I believe our limitations are just us.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The current Nigerian president
was
president of Nigeria, head of state of Nigeria about 35 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's again, leading this country. What are your thoughts on this? Why do you think Nigeria is facing having to recycle its old leaders? What are your thoughts?
It's a very dicey question.
Okay.
In the sense that for me, I really don't have time to look back. Obviously, things are wrong. We're taking responsibility. And I believe that to take a responsibility, you are not necessarily the architect, of the things that are wrong, but you just want to ensure that they are right. One of the major issues we've had in this country boils down to leadership.
Okay.
Like I said, we've been made to believe that it's not just possible for us, maybe because of our age, the resources and so on and so forth. So it just keeps revolving around a certain class. It is disheartening. It's just not right.
Okay.
To take this space and suffocate the growing generation. This truly is just not going to take us anywhere. We have young people who are in tandem with modernity, and you need to give them the chance. They understand the system. They understand the issues that we have. The world is evolving, and young people are running the show. So if you want to take us back and begin to play it the way you played it many years back, we're just only going to have the same results. Like it said, if you do the same things over and over again and you're expecting the different result, it's just not possible. So where we are, we're just doing the same things and we're getting the same results. So we can't, I repeat, we can't get a different result doing the same old things.
So what has hindered young people? I mean, I just told you about the past 35 years.
Yeah.
What else, or what has hindered young people from actually stepping into power, stepping into this safe space of making decisions, of joining politics, of becoming leaders?
Yeah.
What has really hindered us over these years?
Power is not a given. You wrestle it.
Okay.
These guys aren't going to just wake up one day and tell you that, okay, we've had enough. It's time for us to pass it down to the generation coming up. It's not going to happen. It does not happen anywhere.
Okay.
The young people must stand up. We have to inspire ourselves. And we must go beyond the boundaries that have been set for us. Like I said, we've been made to believe. You don't have the money, the resources. They've made election look very, very expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that you spend money for logistics and all that, but they've made it look very expensive, such that the thought of contesting an election does not even cross your mind, because where are you going to get the resources? But then the issue is this: we must look at the fact that we constitute the largest chunk of the voting population. And we have to rise up and begin to steer ourselves and begin to motivate ourselves. Otherwise, the system will remain. So I think it boils down to us taking the bold step, breaking the barriers, challenging the status quo. And that's exactly what we are doing with my team.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. How long have you nurtured this dream and this vision to become the governor of Plateau State?
Well, it will interest you to know that it began, just last year. I've always known that I have a call of leadership to do something for the betterment of the society, but I had no idea it was going to, end up in this. So, again, in this case, I have to say this with every sense of humility and responsibility, that the God factor, plays a role.
Okay.
It has played a role in this whole aspiration. So for me, we made up our minds to give this a shot just last year.
Okay. All right. Recently in Nigeria, the Not Too Young to Run bill was passed, and I believe that has given an opportunity for young aspiring leaders like you and several others who are running for office in Nigeria. But is that enough? Is it enough for a young person to be voted into power just because he's young? Or what have young people done for Nigeria in the past that will give them credibility to be voted into power today?
Sometimes it beats my imagination. Nigeria got off to a very brilliant start. The better days that we have had as a nation was when Nigeria was being run by very young people in their 20s, in their 30s. The oldest, I think, was around 42. and then we will wake up today and feel it is not right to give people the chance. For me, it's not just about being young, but it's about having the right attitude. It's about, having the right perspective. It's about what you have to offer. I'm sorry to say this, but the truth is we still have young people that are not living up to expectation. So you don't give them power because they are young.
Okay.
Just as we always complain that we have elders that have failed us. So it should be looked at from both sides. If the same president, 35 years ago, take away 35 from his age now, he was president, and before he was president, he had the chance to lead us, in different spheres. So he also started quite young. He started young. It's just an issue with not just Nigeria but Africa. We like to hold on to power, and if given the chance, hold on to it till the end. So for me, the young people, especially in this country, are very, very intelligent set of people. We are a special breed, I believe.
All right.
We thrive in almost impossible circumstances. You go to almost every nation in the world and you find us doing excellent things. So the platform has got to be given to these young people. If we have tried these people and it has not really worked for us, they've done their best, but it's just not good enough for us. So I think it's time for us to get the young people, to the podium, give them the platform, and let's see what happens. And I want to bet you that we're going to get it very differently this time around.
All right, so if you're watching Inspire Youth Show, make sure you're enjoying this conversation. Please like this video and subscribe for more videos to come. We'll be back after this short